Continuing on with the discussion of how a partner calculates his or her outside basis in a partnership, um, we have to deal with what happens when the partnership assumes debt from the partner. So the partner contributes assets like land that have a mortgage on them, and the partnership is going to take on that mortgage. This example talks about Nicole's situation where she contributed cash, land with a fair market value, adjusted basis of 20. The land was encumbered by a $40,000 non-recourse mortgage. And also recall that CCS already has bank debt. So what bases did the three of the partners initially have in the partnership? Let's look at it. We've got Nicole's column here, and then a column that is going to be the same for Sarah and Chance Inc. So there's really like two columns here, but it's all the same, so they put it into one. Looking at Nicole, she has basis in her contributed land. All right, remember we said that we have substituted basis. When you contribute an asset, its basis becomes the basis that you have in your partnership. So she gets $20,000 for the basis in the land. She contributes $10,000 in cash. That gets added onto the basis. There's $20,000 that she gets for her share of the bank debt. That's $60,000 in bank debt that they've each guaranteed. And then comes how to handle the relief of debt. This $40,000 loan or mortgage that was on the land that Nicole contributed. The rule is for this, it's a little bit crazy, but the rule is basis has to be allocated to Nicole first if her relief of debt was bigger than her initial her basis in the land. So her basis in that land was 20, and her relief of debt is 40. So the first $40,000 of basis for that mortgage that's going to be assumed by the partnership has to go to her. So she gets $20,000 of that basis, and then because there's $40,000 in new debt basis to the partnership now that has to be allocated. She gets $20,000 of it, and then the other $20,000. Remember, there's two of these numbers in here because there's two partners. The other $20,000 of that basis gets split between the three of them according to their profit sharing percentages. Okay, so here is the $40,000 of new debt being allocated to the partners. Okay, the relief of indebtedness in excess of the initial basis of the contributor goes to her. The rest gets split. Okay, so then you add all these numbers up and you see Nicole's initial basis is 36,656, and each of these two have this initial basis. This situation down here talks about what happens if Sarah and Chance, but not Nicole, guarantee all 100,000 of the debt. That means that all 100,000 of the debt is going to be allocated to those two, not Nicole. So she's not getting any basis for any of that debt. So in this case, her basis would be 20 that she had in the land originally, plus the 10 from the cash she contributed. That would give her 30,000 of basis. But the debt relief, that's like her getting paid cash by the partnership to pay off that debt. So that is a reduction in basis, giving her this negative basis, this debt relief in excess of basis. That is gain. So that's the one weird situation where a partner would have to pay tax because of contributing assets to a partnership. You know, normally, like I said before, it's deferred. There's no tax implication there. So once she pays the tax on this capital gain, then that gives her basis up to 0. You can read about holding periods and partnership interests. And then let's see what else is down here. Contribution of services. So contribution of property, you can get a partnership interest from that. Contribution of services, you can also buy partnership interest. So in the last video, I'm going to talk about contribution of services to get a partnership interest.